Now, when I say new goals, now I am slowly diverting or taking you towards one very important professional uh, goal achievements which we had discussed yesterday. If you remember, I'm scrolling down. Okay, these are some of the things which I have mentioned. Financial security. Can you all see this? Financial security. Now, we can definitely achieve this professional goal of becoming financially secure by being in a job, working with an organization. There are millions of people, those who have achieved financial security. They are not business people. They are not entrepreneurs, but they are working, they are retired, and they are having a successful retired life, a happy retired life. But the financial security is a different definition for different people. However, now I am talking about a very fruitful financial security, a very much desired financial security. So now when I say new goals, parallel and optional goals, now when you are working in an organization, okay, you should always try to focus on these 3 points which I'm mentioning. When you are working in the organization, whether you are working in the first year of the organization or you are in the 10th or the 12th or the 15th or the 25th or 40th year of your job, please keep on probing. Is everyone here with me? Please listen to this very carefully. Please keep on probing. Are you able to use your potential to the best and the fullest of your ability? Once again, I'm repeating. Are you able to use your potential to the fullest of your ability? Okay. If you feel that you have a lot of potential and that is not being utilized in this organization, if you feel that you have a lot of talent and that is not being acknowledged in this particular organization, or if you feel that you have a big vision and that vision can never be achieved if I continue working, please listen to this very carefully. I'm repeating. If you feel while you are working that you have a lot of potential, in any field it could be. If you are a software engineer, you may be feeling that, yes, I have many logics. I can think in a different way. I am not able to portray these things. I am not able to present these things to my organization. My manager is not understanding. My AVP is not understanding this. So this is the right indication. This is the right time to start planning for your parallel or optional goals. Murli, you asked me, can I find, or is there any way to find out which organization is the right organization? We said there is no formula to it. But yes, where we have a formula to find out when do we change our gears, when do we move ahead, when do we look into a different dimension. Have a proper analysis. But a small warning, please do not gauge your potential. Do not measure your talent. Do not display your vision if you are not performing your domain duties properly. See, it's a very important comparison you need to make. If you have a lot of potential, but if you're not performing your domain duties, forget it, you will not get it. If you have a lot of talent, but you're not performing your domain duties, forget it, you will not get it. If you have a lot of vision, but you are not performing your domain duties, forget it, you will not get it. So, if you are performing your domain duties properly, you have achieved your priority goals, you have achieved your short-term goals, you have achieved your long-term goals, and you are still working in an organization, and now you are feeling, I have a lot of potential. It could be in anything. I could be a good speaker. I am very good in operations. I am very good in handling people. I am very good in having a vision. Many things are there in my mind, but working in this organization or doing a job, I would not be able to fulfill all these things. I will not be able to experiment all these things. I would not be able to give all these things a chance. That's the right time you should start planning for parallel and optional professional goals. That is the beginning or a baby step towards becoming an entrepreneur, towards planning to start your own business, towards planning to start your own organization. Questions, doubts on this point? Anybody has a doubt? Anybody has a question? Is it getting too heavy? Is it getting too complicated? People, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So have you understood what I meant by new goals?
Sir, understood.
Okay, very good. Now, this is a very, very important point which I'm talking about is about the forced goals. Please do not get confused between these two, the forced goals and the unplanned goals or the desired goals or the ego goals. Forced goals is something which is related to the change. We say that we should be accepting the change, what is happening in the society, the change, what is happening in the industry, in the technology. We should keep on upgrading ourselves according to the change. Very good example of the forced goal is, as I mentioned over there, it's new ventures. I gave you the example in the first workshop about Reliance. Reliance started its work with only textiles. It ventured into petrochemicals. From petrochemicals, it ventured into capital industry. It ventured into vegetables. It ventured into retail. It ventured into jewelry. It ventured into education. It ventured into entertainment. You name it, and they have ventured it. Did they plan for it? They did not plan for it. But because they did everything correct, let me go back now. What did they do? They achieved their priority goals on time. They achieved their short-term goals properly. They achieved their long-term goals with good results. They planned their new goals. And they were very strong. They were very confident. They had a lot of financial security with them. Now, they observed that the world is changing. People are changing. Technology is changing. The way people behave, the way people have their entertainment done is changing. That's where they forced themselves to attempt new goals. They forced themselves to achieve new goals. That's wherein all these things came into picture. Now we see Reliance into jewelry. I'm not talking about Reliance only. This is related to any big and successful organization. You talk about Tata's, right? Their domain was related to steel. From steel, They have now come up to a long, long way that they are into aircraft manufacturing. You name it, and Tata is there. Hospitality industry. All the Taj hotels belongs to Tata's. Financial capital industry. Tata is very strongly having a good presence in that. Information and technology, TCS. You name it, and Tata is there. These are examples of forced goals. Of course, you are not, and I am not Tata or Reliance, but at our level, we should start thinking about certain forced goals. It always helps you to polish yourself. It forces you to get knowledge. It forces you to keep yourself up to date as per the industry, how the industry is going about. So, have you understood this forced goal concept?
Yes.
Okay, we are almost done. Let
Yes,
me
sir.
share with you, let me share with you something very, very important. Whenever you're planning your achieving your professional goals, what is the right sequence? Just now I gave you a small dream. I gave you a small example about Reliance and Tata's. So now you are all geared up. Wow, sir said that it's business, everything works out. So forget it. I will start doing business. Hold on. Stop. The right sequence is first do a job. First get into a job. Fine. So the right sequence in achieving your professional goals, and our professional goals, as I mentioned over here, down, getting a good job, good salary, best employees getting, and then finally leading over here down to financial security, independent leadership, gaining knowledge, implementing new technologies. So what I'm trying to say, all of these professional goals you can achieve. First, get into a job, learn, understand, become a team player, improve your confidence level, improve your knowledge, learn how to do the operations, and slowly, slowly get into the business. So the right sequence is do a job first and then get into business. Now, what are the possible paths to achieve the professional goals? First path is getting a job, excelling in the current job, fulfilling your professional goals while at the job. As I said, there are millions and millions of people who are very happily retired and have not become an entrepreneur, have not become a business person, who have achieved their professional goals while working. So there is nothing wrong in it. Please try to understand. You can achieve. But the rule is what? Very simple. No shortcuts, and you got to perform your domain duties efficiently. There is no shortcut. You cannot get away from your domain duties. So as long as you're working, make sure starting off your job career, in the middle, and in the pinnacle of your job career, everywhere the rule is the same. No shortcuts, and make sure that you perform your domain duties properly. Second path, same path, getting a job, excelling in excelling in the job, then achieving partial professional goals while at the job. Please try to understand this. Achieving partial professional goals while at the job. There may be many things. As I mentioned, you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of confidence, you have a lot of potential, and you have a lot of vision. Is everyone following me? Is everyone following me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, you may achieve partial professional goals, but to finally achieve what you want, you may have to go to a different dimension. Maybe you may want to become an entrepreneur or start your own business to achieve your other goals. Other goals like new goals, or some forced goals. You may want to become something, you may want to start up something which you feel that you have the potential, you have the talent, and you have got the vision. So this is the second path. The third path, same. Please try to understand in all these parts which I'm discussing, first 2 points are the same. That is, getting a job and excelling in the job, getting a job and excelling in the job, getting a job and excelling in the job. Please make sure these are some exercises which will get your body in shape so that in long term you do not get sick, you do not get weak. If you get a proper job, if you excel in the job, rest all your professional goals can be achieved easily. So the third part, once again, is getting the job, excelling in the job, achieving partial professional goals with the job, and as I mentioned, business achieving professional goals. I'm sorry, this is the third, second and the third is the same. I need to go to the fourth one. Here it is, socialist. Example I'm giving you. For example, Bill Gates. Everyone knows Bill Gates? People are there
Sir,
with
yes.
me? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
let's try to understand. Getting a job, excelling in the job, achieving partial professional goals while at the job, achieving professional goals. You have achieved everything now. However, there are people who still want to achieve. Now they become socialists. They do something for the society. They do something for the world. They do something for the people. So that's where they become socialists and achieving lifetime professional goals. There are very few people in this. Now if you see Bill Gates, through his different charitable trust, is doing great job in terms of poverty, in terms of education and whatnot. So that's what I mean to say. There is no full stop to achieving your professional goals. Do not ever stop saying that I have achieved my professional goals. There is always something new to be achieved. Any questions, any doubts in this? Any questions, any doubts?
No questions.
Okay. Now, before I end this session for today, if you remember, the last week I had given you an assignment. The assignment was the HR is asking you a question. Do you
Do
have
you have
any
any
questions? Yes. Can somebody answer this question to me?
Yeah, I would have asked,
Yes.
questions regarding the project. How long the team is, and what is the status of the project. Mm,
Excellent. Excellent. I got the answer, Manjusha. That's very nice. Murli, you had asked me a question. Can I find out whether this organization is a good organization or whether this is the right organization? As I said, there is no fixed rule, but you can try, you can attempt. This is the opportunity which the HR is giving you. The HR is asking you, do you have any questions? So please make sure that you don't miss this opportunity. Never ever say, no, I don't have any questions. It's fine, no problem. False, wrong. You are missing an opportunity. Please ask questions. So can we have a transition statement for this? Can anybody tell me what could be the transition statement for this? Anybody?
As I said, thank you for asking this question.
Okay, thank you. All right. What else could it be? Okay, Murli. Murli, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can you read this? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, read it loudly.
Yes. Who Murli can read this?
Murli, please
Sir, go
read
ahead.
that. Yes, read it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I would like to know what are the what are my growth prospectus in this organization.
Prospects, prospects, growth prospects in this organization. Next,
Which are the recent project of this organization?
very good.
What is the vision of this organization?
So, please don't give up this. All right. Please make sure you ask questions. This will help you to identify something about that organization, and it will give an image to the interviewer that you are a serious person. If I do not handle this person properly, he will not join my organization. So now, instead of you searching for the job, he wants you in the organization because you are asking him some relevant questions. Okay. Once again, Manjusha, can you read this? Second way of putting up the same question and an answer. Read it loudly.
Yeah. Do you have any question to ask? The answer could be transition statement. I thank you for giving me this opportunity. I would like to know what are my growth opportunities.
Very good.
Sir, I would like to know about the recent project of our organization.
Okay.
Sir, are there any major projects in pipeline for the next 6 months? What
Very
is the
good.
next 5 growth plan of our organization?
All right. So again, our topic today, which we discussed, is achieving professional goals. Manjusha, to answer you, to achieve a goal, there are small goals. To find out whether the organization is correct, these small goals you have to do. You have to achieve, you have to attempt these small baby steps. Ask questions, clarify, do not hesitate, do not be defensive, be aggressive. Is that clear?
Yes.
Any doubt, any questions in this?
No.
This this entire list of questions, you will be getting it in mail today. Purposely I did not mail it to you yesterday or before because I wanted to correlate with today's topic. So today you will get all these things with you, and I will frame these course material for you today, which we have discussed in a just small way. I just have to kind of arrange it in a proper sequence, and you will get it by today. In another half hour, you will get it. Okay? Now,
Okay. Thank you.
any other question, Murli, Manjusha, or anybody else in our participation?
Sir, can I ask the HR regarding do you have any questions? What is your financial status of your company?
Of course, yes, 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 you can ask. But only one thing. One
Yes.
thing is, try to frame a proper question. Okay. Now the proper
Okay.
question is related to the proper terminology. What you've asked is that, what is the financial status of the organization? It's a good question. It's a very good question. Right. So You can ask if you have some knowledge. It should not fire back. The HR should not ask you return, do you understand about the financial aspects of an organization? How do you gauge? So you should be not in a question mark. You should understand what you're asking, because they always say that there was a increase in their revenue in the first quarter, in the second quarter. In this financial year, they have seen a 16% growth. Usually you see in the newspaper, in the media, this company saw a 16 or a 20% growth in the financial year of 2014 to 2015. You should understand what does this mean. And you can ask. You definitely can ask. And make sure, don't hesitate to ask this question because it is a difficult question, I don't understand. No, it just takes 5 minutes. No shortcuts. I told you no shortcuts. It just takes 5 minutes. Go to the internet, do a small research, 5 or 10 minutes. You will be able to understand what does the growth of an organization mean. And then you can be more confident. And yes, ask this question to the HR. Do not hesitate. Ask this question. And this is the right indication. If the HR is not able to answer, you are getting the message. Probably this organization is not the right organization. If the HR is hesitant to answer this question, if the HR says, hello, relax, this is not necessary for you to know, it is an indication you are going to join some wrong people. Because on today's date, not a single HR of a professionally managed company will ever answer this question to you in that way. He will never ever say, well, this is not a relevant question, we will discuss later on. If you find any HR asking or answering this question of yours in this manner, it is an indication that you are not in the right direction. The organization may not be the right organization, or the people in that organization may not be the right people. But the question is, do I reject that job? Yes, you can reject the job, but if you have a lot of time, as I mentioned, our priority, time-bound goals. If you do not have a lot of time, get into the job, work with the wrong people, with the wrong attitude, but learn that you should not do the same mistakes when you grow. So there is a learning in every way. Even if you know that you're working with the wrong people, please ensure that you learn not to make those mistakes which they are making. It will help you to achieve your long-term leadership professional goals. It will help you to achieve your new goals or your visionary goals. People will make sure, people will be happy that you are not making the same mistakes which people did with you. So please have a balance. If you have identified that the organization is not correct, but you are getting a job, so check. Do you have a time to play around? Do you afford to lose that job? If you can afford, give it away. There is always a next job. But please have a balance. I cannot get into your life now. This is something in your things. That is in the ball is in your court. You need to manage, you need to understand it. Any questions, any doubts on this? Murli, did you get your answers though? Okay, fine. If there are no questions, if there is any questions, we are meeting next week. You can make a note of it. We can ask you can ask me these questions. We will answer it. Once again, enjoy your Sunday. A happy Easter to you and enjoy your day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.